Joining Johnny Red Kerr, man who contributed off the bench for the Bulls tonight, Stacey King. John?
Thank you, Wayne. Yes, Stacey King. You know, we always kid Tom Borwinkle. We call him Big Daddy, but I guess we can call you Big Daddy right now. 8-pound, 5-ounce boy the other day. Congratulations, Stacey.
Yeah, I was really happy with it. I was worried about, there's a lot of things that can happen leading up to the birth, and now that my son is strong and healthy, I can concentrate on basketball now.
They tell me he's jumping right out of the crib already.
Oh, he's a big boy. I don't think he's going to be a guard.
Let's talk a little bit about tonight's game. You came into a team that had won 5 in a row. It's a scary type team because I call them the team that can't shoot straight. They may miss the first shot, but boy, they come after the second off the board.
This is a very dangerous team. They're the best offensive rebounding team in the NBA, and we know once they throw up a shot, everybody's going to pound the board, so we had to rebound tonight, and I think we did a pretty good job controlling the boards.
Well, you did a good job. You made a couple nice moves against Chris Dudley, who has been a real shot blocker. Now, you told me we were off the air. You played with him a little bit in the summer.
Yeah, we worked out at Pete Newell's big man's camp, and I know Chris is a shot blocker, and I think pretty much every time you go at him, he thinks you're going to give him a head fake, but if you go right at him, you catch him off guard a little bit, and that's what I did tonight.
You've had some real good games as of late, Stace. 15 points, 10 points jump into my mind real quick. And it looks like we go out on this West Coast trip, you'd be going 9 games, and they'll be looking for the fresh legs of yours.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, too. I think it's a chance for me to get my confidence down. I think I've been playing well in the last couple of games, and I think it's going to give me an opportunity to go out on the West Coast and find myself a little bit. I think my playing time is going to increase a little bit, and hopefully I can do well.
You've had me jumping off the bench a couple times myself. When the ball would come in a pivot, you'd make that little drop pass to somebody. I always got as big a kick about the guy if I gave him the pass and he scored as if I did it myself.
Yeah, I think there's no joy in the world with giving a pass away, especially you got a guy like Michael and Scotty and those guys that can dunk. Hopefully someday I'll make the highlight film making one of those sweet passes.
I think you will. I saw a guy tonight in Kenny Anderson who I think is going to be one of the bright young guards in this league, and he really showed his wares tonight, didn't he?
Well, this is really Kenny's first year. He didn't get a chance to play last year, and I think with Daly here being a guard-oriented coach, he's getting his confidence down, and I think that's important. And I think he's going to be one of the bright young guards in the future.
Well, we were talking about that Daly's the kind of a guy that likes to come in as he did with Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, but they also got a wide body in Derek Coleman. Man, he's tough to move out. They
really got a good team. This is one of the teams last year that scared a lot of people, especially down playoff time. They took Cleveland to the wire, and I think it's going to be the same this year. This is the type of team that can come in, you don't want to play in the first round or the second round because they're capable of beating you. They got great personnel, and this year they got a great coach in Chuck Daly.
We talk about being scared of a team. The Bulls, do they ever really get scared of a team? You guys know how to win on the road. You know how to win when the chips are really down. You know how to do it. You're not really scared of those teams, are you? You're well prepared, too.
Yeah, we're well prepared. Field gets us prepared. And I think one thing that separates us from a lot of teams is that we really take winning personal. We hate to lose, and we don't want to lose 1 or 2 in a row. And I think as long as we can come out here and play and, reach the potential of the opponent that we're playing, because everybody's playing us like a championship game, and we're taking us to the wire every night. And I think we responded the last couple of weeks.
What happens now, Stace, when you do go on this 9-day trip? You've got Joe Courtney, who's brought up on a 10-day contract, but Rodney McRae now is out. Will that mean there'll be more? Do you think there'll be more playing time between yourself and Scott Williams, maybe at the power forward and the center?
Yeah, we've been experimenting with putting Horace Grant the small forward and myself and Scott Williams playing the 4 and the 5 together. I think when myself and Scott are in the game, we can press a little bit more and up the tempo a little bit, and like we've been doing in the past. And I'm just happy Scott is back because he brings a dimension back to our team with aggressiveness and hustle, and that's what we need.
Just before the All-Star break, you're going to go away now and take this 9-day trip, and of course, you have to go out there and play those games. But as you come back from Indiana, I look a little bit further in the schedule, and sometimes when you come home, your legs are still on the road. You really don't have it together, and I look, you play New York and you play Cleveland. Those are going to be really 2 tough ones.
Well, I think if we can, put a team away early like we did against Boston and give Scotty and Michael that 4th quarter rest or however much rest they need, I think that's going to help us out a lot. But it's those games that we had to play, those guys 40-something minutes, those really take this toll on our team. And, we can just knock a team out early like we've been trying to do. I think it's going to make it easier for us.
Last couple of years, you never let a team take you down to their level. Seemed like you always would take the low teams and you just go in and wipe your feet on them. Well, this time, Philadelphia's taking you twice in Atlanta. Not really the best teams in the conference at this time.
No, they're not. One thing about being the champions, everybody's going to be up to playing against you. And if you ever look at some of the records of these teams after they play the Bulls, they go back to reality and they start losing by 20 or 30. But, just that little instance playing against us, they get so pumped. And sometimes it's hard for us to match that intensity, night in and night out. But we're going to have to find a way to do that.
Listen, I'm going to let you get a shower. Well, a deserved shower. We'll be on that plane coming back home. We got Charlotte tomorrow. Be ready for Alonzo Mourning, maybe, or Larry Johnson.
Looking forward to it.
All right, let's go back to Wayne Larrivee.